So there were several spokes on the wheel of this new vision of how we're going to get there.
Mm-hmm. And one of the spokes we had talked about is getting to know our members and getting to really have an idea of who we are, and where we're coming from and what we're doing. So we talked about maybe having some facilitated visits, or even like showcasing library champions in their school libraries, right?
And that kind of ties in, and those could be physical or virtual. And it ties into, we talked about, we want research, we want evidence-based practice, and having facilitated visits, we'd need to have some kind of, I'm jumping ahead a bit.
That's okay.
We'd need to have some kind of framework to ensure that we're really clear in our minds about what we're looking at, what makes a good school library. And we would also need OLA, OSLA to provide us with some kind of platform to be able to post if we're talking about virtual visits, and also help us with having some social media expertise, and that would also ensure that we're inviting a range of practitioners, those who are comfortable with using technology and those perhaps less comfortable by doing that. We know that we would need to have from the school library community, we'd need to identify champions, as Sarah already talked about, and have time for them to plan, host, etc. And we might need some support from OLA around that. We'd also hope to engage other educators in this, looking at the real practices in libraries and what do we see in action. They too would need some time to plan and participate. But in planning this kind of initiative, visits might be very short, and a video might be very brief. And we'd also need boards and admin to buy in so that there'd be permission to visit, to film, to photograph, and they'd need time to approve the process.
And all this would be part of, like, going forward, some of the research involved, right?
Making sure that we leverage any existing research that's already been undertaken, and then being a little bit more exact in terms of what needs to be done over and above that. And then above all else, making sure that there is a constant feedback and opportunities for feedback through various social media channels.
And all of this will also contribute towards the ongoing consultation process. We feel that it's important to maintain a core committee around these topics, but also bring in other stakeholders in the consultation so that we're hearing from a wide variety of voices from the various stakeholders, and making sure that we're coming from a point of view and through a lens of who isn't at the table, who should be at the table, who are we forgetting, making sure that every voice is included, going towards this new vision for the OLSA.